kills the medical examiner, taking his eye and part of his brain. The scene shifts to Art at a laundromat, where he cleans his blood-stained outfit. Here, he meets a mysterious little girl, dressed as a clown, who seems to enjoy his company. A laundromat worker, waking up from a nap, is puzzled to see Art alone, apparently playing with himself. After this eerie interaction, Art leaves the laundromat, only to commit a brutal murder, using a mop handle to impale the unsuspecting worker's head. Almost a year later, it's Halloween. Teenager Sienna is at home, putting together a unique costume in honor of her late father, a talented cartoonist. She's creating an angel warrior costume, complete with wings and a sword, a true work of art. During dinner, the conversation turns to Halloween costumes. Sienna's younger brother, Jonathan, wants to dress up as Art the Clown, the infamous serial killer. Their mother, Barbara, firmly says no. After dinner, Sienna and Barbara talk about Jonathan's unusual interest in serial killers. Upstairs, Jonathan delves into last year's horrific events involving Art the Clown. That night, Sienna experiences a haunting dream. She's on a film set where Art is bizarrely running a clown-themed cafe and promoting a strange cereal. The dream quickly turns nightmarish as Art hands her a box filled with horrifying items and then goes on a rampage, using guns and a flamethrower to wreak havoc on the set. Sienna wakes up in a panic, only to find her room on fire. Her mother, Barbara, rushes in with a fire extinguisher and scolds her for the danger caused by a forgotten candle. After the commotion, Sienna finds comfort in seeing her father's sword, a cherished gift, undamaged. In a twisted parallel, Art the Clown and the little clown girl are shown enjoying a talk show, featuring Vicky, the sole survivor from Art's previous massacre. The following morning at school, the talk of the town is Vicky's shocking attack on a talk show host. Sienna, deeply affected by Vicky's story, has a panic attack and is consoled by her friends Brooke and Allie. Meanwhile, at Jonathan's school, he witnesses some kids playing with a dead opossum. The situation escalates when Jonathan sees Art with the opossum carcass and, for the first time, notices the little pale girl too. In a disturbing turn, Art throws the carcass at Jonathan, who runs into a teacher. Misunderstood, Jonathan is blamed for the opossum and reported to his mother. After school, Sienna's day takes another turn. She heads to a Halloween store to pick up new wings for her costume. There, she encounters Art the Clown. Despite his unnerving presence, he doesn't harm her. But as soon as she leaves, Art locks the door and horrifically murders the store clerk. Meanwhile, the story takes us back to Art's gruesome antics. After the murder, he uses the clerk's severed head as a grotesque decoration, adding a dark twist to Halloween. Back at Sienna's home, she learns about Jonathan's trouble at school over the opossum incident. She's initially skeptical about Jonathan's claim that Art set him up. Their conversation reveals their father's old sketchbook, filled with scenes from Art's previous rampage, including a drawing of Art and an angel warrior, eerily similar to Sienna's costume. Sienna, feeling a mix of doubt and curiosity, takes a shower and gets dressed in her angel warrior outfit. It's a revealing costume, and while her mother Barbara isn't entirely pleased, she can't help but admire the craftsmanship, seeing a piece of her late husband's talent in it. Sienna then sets off to meet her friends Brooke and Allie at a club. As the evening unfolds, Allie finds herself alone at home, handing out candy to trick-or-treaters. When Art shows up at her door, she reluctantly gives him candy, hoping he'll leave. But Art breaks into the house and subjects Allie to a brutal attack. When Allie's mother arrives home, she's met with a nightmarish scene. Allie, barely alive, and Art, reveling in his cruelty. Art then commits another heinous act, using the mother's head as a candy bowl for unsuspecting trick-or-treaters. If you think Art's antics are wild, wait till you see what we have planned next. Keep up with the madness by liking this video and subscribing to our channel. Back at the club, the mood is lighter, with Sienna and her friends enjoying the Halloween festivities. But the peace is short-lived. The tension escalates back at home as Barbara confronts Jonathan about the opossum incident and his obsession with Art the Clown. The argument heats up, and in a moment of anger, Barbara rips up their late father's sketchbook. This upsets Jonathan, who lashes out with harsh words, prompting Barbara to slap him. Hurt and angry, Jonathan storms out, venting his frustration by vandalizing the family car with toilet paper and other mischief. Barbara, outraged by the mess, calls Sienna to vent. Despite Barbara's warnings about drinking, Sienna, feeling the strain of family tensions, indulges in alcohol at the club, expressing her love for her mother in a moment of vulnerability. Meanwhile, Jonathan's night takes a sinister turn. He encounters the little pale girl again and rushes home in fear. Barbara, busy cleaning the car, is startled to find Art inside. In a shocking moment, Art kills her with a shotgun. Jonathan arrives home to a horrifying scene. Art grotesquely feeding mashed potatoes to his mother's lifeless body. In panic, Jonathan tries to escape, but is drugged and kidnapped by Art, who also takes Sienna's sword. At the club, Sienna and Brooke, now under the influence, are having a great time. Brooke admits to slipping something extra into Sienna's drink, hoping it would help her relax. The fun is interrupted when Sienna spots the little pale girl in the crowd, triggering an intense anxiety attack. Brooke and her boyfriend quickly take Sienna out of the club, trying to calm her down. On the way home, Sienna receives a distressing call from the little pale girl, pretending to be Jonathan, luring them to an abandoned carnival. Arriving at the eerie location, Sienna can't find a signal to call Jonathan. Determined to find her brother, she heads into a haunted funhouse ride called the Terrifier, leaving Brooke and her boyfriend in the car. Inside, Brooke reveals to her boyfriend a dark family secret. Sienna and Jonathan's father had a tragic past, ending in a fatal car crash. Unaware of the danger lurking, they indulge in drug intimacy in the car. The night takes a deadly turn as Art attacks Brooke's boyfriend outside the funhouse. Brooke, managing to escape, pleads for Sienna's help, but it's too late. Art captures Brooke inside the funhouse and kills her in a brutal fashion, using a bat covered in sharp objects. Inside the haunted funhouse, Sienna discovers Brooke's mutilated body. She's then confronted by Art, leading to a violent encounter. Despite being outnumbered and outmatched, Sienna and Jonathan try desperately to escape, enduring severe injuries as they navigate the twisted maze of the funhouse. They fight back, injuring Art, but he relentlessly pursues them. In a harrowing moment, Art knocks out Jonathan and savagely attacks Sienna, leaving her for dead in a pit. In a surreal twist, Sienna finds herself in a dreamlike scenario, trapped in a water tank in the clown cafe from her nightmare. As she's losing consciousness, her sword begins to glow with a mysterious power, healing her wounds. Sienna awakens, now back in the terrifying reality of the funhouse. She grabs her now magical sword and confronts Art, who is feasting on her unconscious brother. In a fierce battle, Sienna uses the sword to decapitate Art, echoing the prophetic sketch in her late father's book. The siblings, though severely injured and traumatized, embrace each other, relieved to be alive. However, the story takes one last eerie turn. The little pale girl appears, calmly picking up Art's severed and walking away with it. Sienna and Jonathan, bewildered and exhausted, leave the funhouse as the movie ends and the credits roll. In a shocking mid-credit scene, we see Vicky in a mental hospital, surrounded by Halloween celebrations. Suddenly, she undergoes a supernatural experience, resulting in a rapid, bizarre birth of Art's decapitated head. An orderly, horrified at the sight, screams as the movie concludes with this unsettling image. If you enjoyed this video, check out another video popping up on your screen now.